Everything's coming up Spider-Man. With the big announcement that Sony and Marvel worked out a deal, we now know that the director is returning for a third go-around. So let's talk about this and what exactly this means and everything that it could imply for the future. What a whirlwind with this whole Spider-Man thing in the last few weeks. It's probably been 6 weeks now? Time just flies by, and I'm certain that the director Jon Watts, who directed Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home, must be relieved because just a little bit of time went by after the new partnership was announced, where Jon Watts was officially announced to be returning to direct the next Spider-Man film. Now, Watts didn't have a lot to say, just that he was excited to be back. And of course, this goes off of what Kevin Feige said about kind of wrapping up the story that started and echoing some of the other things that people were saying from Sony. Now, here's the big deal here that I think people are overlooking. Jon Watts and Marvel Studios and Sony are going to proceed exactly as originally planned, which means that right now, whenever he was sitting back and working on where the story was going to go and whatever was happening, yes, while there was discussions and of course Spidey was in limbo, he still had that idea and he sat around waiting for it. Now, we know he took on another directing job, but that's clearly not going to interfere with anything, as they already have a date and they're going to move forward with it, because that commitment to that movie he took on would be before this. It's kind of the James Gunn scenario. So it just tells you that right now, come next July, they will be full-on shooting the next Spider-Man film. Now, when you think about it this way, this just tells you that while they were waiting for these weeks, to go by and hash out a new deal and what it was going to be like and who it was going to favor, that things were kind of just like, okay, let's just all sit back and something will get worked out. And with Jon Watts back, this implies to me that, they knew something was going to have to happen. And if you look at Sony's response, they outright said they heard the fans, they heard the outcry, and they had to do this. So, it's all around good news. And, whether you like Jon Watts or not, that's up to you. I think he's done a great job with what he was given, and I just can't wait to see him come back and finish off the trilogy that him and Kevin Feige and Amy Pascal started. So I'm really excited. I'm glad he's back. You guys, let me know how you feel about him returning, or were you hoping for somebody else? I know the comments are going to fill up with Edgar Wright, but come on. He needs to make Baby Driver 2 ASAP.